I heard that some parts, maybe even Karahan or Göbekli, was like a big water reservoir with huge pillars reflecting the water, like a reflective pond or something.
That's one of the theories. Yeah, that's Andrew Collins has been going on about that recently, actually, because they carefully leveled the floors, and they pointed out in the documentary that the Snake Brothers did that. You can see in the enclosures at Göbekli Tepe, for instance, there's like a curb around the edge, and then the floor's a bit below it, and then you have the inside, and then you have the pedestals in the middle where the big pillars are placed in, and they're raised up above floor level, as is the curb around the edge. And this is all bedrock, so water would stay in it really neatly, just a few inches of it. And so you'd have reflections like that of the sky, of the pillars, whatever's going on. And there's a lot of these enclosures have terrazzo floor, which is like this lime mortar cement, which they make. It's all over the site. It's all over. They found a whole load of it this year at Karahan Tepe, a whole enclosure. There's a whole bunch of stuff at many of the other sites. And terrazzo is like, originally they thought it was a Roman invention, and then suddenly they're finding it in pre-pottery Neolithic Turkey. And that's waterproof, but that's waterproof. That's designed to be waterproof. So when they were making artificial floors, it was waterproofing it. So, and they were also covering some pillars and walls in there as well. So it could have been partly designed and used for that purpose.
The terrazzo floor, how do you say it?
I think it's terrazzo or terrazzo. Terrazzo or terrazzo.
I find that fascinating, and it's really strange to me that you can find a culture that was making terrazzo floor, which is basically cement. They're making cement and stone tiles that doesn't have pottery. They have cement.
I know.
They have mortar and no pottery. Like they can't make a bowl out of that stuff.
I think
they wouldn't figure out.
But they did a lot with stone. They were making bowls and plates out of stone.
I know, but it's
they were good at it as well.
Yeah, maybe because they made their pottery out of terrazzo that it's not clear in the sediment, so we're not finding it as pottery shards, but as like broken bits of mortar.
I think they found a few bits of,
and it's waterproof. Like it's just so strange to me. Like how can you not have pottery made from that stuff?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean it took a couple of thousand years for that to come in. Really, took a while.
I feel like there's something missing.
Yeah,
big in the story. I feel like there's a gap. I feel like that the cultures they're attributing it to may not actually be the original cultures. That's kind of like when I look at these different technologies that they've developed, the side-by-side technologies don't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that's just my feeling.
No, yeah, I hear you. I mean, it seems like there's a super advanced element there, and then there's a kind of quite simplistic element, as you mentioned.
And like no connection between the implications of one technology that would easily lead to another.
You imagine, right? You kind of imagine like you're the